Yo, 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 what is going on, everyone? Today we are at NCMP. It is a Wednesday during the week. We got Matt Burkeen and Top Chick here today. Matt's actually going to be teaching me how to ride, so that's going to be really exciting. I'll actually get lessons from a pro rider who knows what they're doing, so maybe I'll get faster. Who knows? Maybe I won't, but I think with the right direction and his advice, I should do decent. Now, I'm going to do some warm-up laps, and we will see what happens. Woo! Yes, sir! Oh! Alright, this kid right here is absolutely shredding this 50cc. Like, I don't know how the hell he's doing it, dude. Like, I'm going to follow him. I don't even know if I'll be able to keep up. Dude, he is sending every single jump out here. Look at him go, bro. Like, how are you clearing this on a 50? Damn, bro. I can only ever hope to get some traction on him on the straightaway. God dang, how? Oh, I stalled. Woo! Oh my God! Oh! Dude, it feels hella weird keeping it up like that.
Yeah.
Like, I tried. I don't even know if I kept it up the whole way, but
No,
damn.
you kept them up, but what I think you did just then is, I think you went too far forward on the seat, but then your upper body was still kind of straight up and down, kind of in your back was still straight.
Okay.
You don't necessarily have to get all the way up here. You just have to get kind of like in the vicinity up here.
Okay.
But if you get too far up, there's no way for you to really go except for back. So don't go all the way up on the tank. And then I did this a few times while I was waiting for you to do this. This corner is actually friggin' tough. Like, it took me a handful of times to go through here before I stopped feeling like an idiot. I'll do a couple times, just a couple examples, just so you can kind of see. And if you have any questions about anything I'm doing, then we can just start off like that. Have to be really patient through this rut until you get towards the exit, especially with it being a long rut on the way out and up the hill, because if you get too excited right here, you'll make a mistake back here, and then your momentum shot out for the entire rest of the corner and up the hill. And in this corner, being at the bottom of the hill, it's like extra important to make sure you like don't make any big mistakes. Like, I'll just go twice, ignore my broken shot, fucking Bronco on the way down the hill. But you'll notice like I'm really patient until I get closer to the exit, and then I'll try to like roll on the gas on the way out. But if you try to do too much too soon at the beginning, it's like it'll kind of just throw you off.
Coasting, gives it back right there. Okay. It's like towards right over there.
Another thing that I think will help you, I saw whenever I was following you, there was a few times where like you would sit down and then there would be like a little bit of dead space before you would put your leg out for the turn. And if you notice right then, like I stay until almost like right here, and then right as I sit down, I put my leg out and then kind of accelerate all at the same time. There's an acronym that people use. They say C the turn, like S-E-S, sit, extend, accelerate. If you have that dead space where like you sit down and you still have a little ways before you want to put your leg out for the corner, that's just a spot where you can't really attack or brake properly because you need to be standing up to brake right. So that's one more thing I meant to tell you is try and stand up all the way until you're ready to put your leg out, and then sit down, leg out, kind of all at once. Like that, did you notice that?
Yeah, it was like all one fluid motion.
Yeah, and that's what it kind of helps too, because right as you do that all together, it'll kind of help the bike settle into the rut and stick in there even a little better.
Right.
And you can kind of use, like, a lot of times, like just this for example, like I almost feel like I use my spot where I sit down as like a little bit of a pivot point, because this is kind of a tight corner. So I think that'll help you too, because that first time I watched you come through, I don't think you put your leg out for a while. So I think that actually kind of hurt you through this.
Okay.
But do you have any other questions about anything?
When do you think I should put my leg out? Like right when I decide to sit? Well, when should I sit? I guess is a better question.
I always try to at least finish my braking before I sit. And coming into this corner, like you have to be pretty hard on the brakes because it's coming down this hill and it's a tight corner. So I'm braking until like the entrance of the rut. So like right as I get kind of towards this entrance, like maybe a third of the way in, that's when I'll be done with my braking and then sit down and go. Okay. But usually, if there was something really nice that could hold you down here, you might not have to be so careful. But the way it is today, you just really have to be more patient than anything, because if you don't want to do that. Like, if you get too excited right here, you'll just pop out of it, and then it's way slower, you know? So you almost, it's like a give and take. You have to give up a little bit on the way in just with some patience, but you'll gain it all the way through the middle and then all the way out. Because this exit is actually pretty technical. Like, if we can get you through this corner, I feel like you can hit almost any corner.
Okay, that's good.
This corner is actually pretty hard.
The harder the better.
No, if you're struggling, don't feel bad at all, because this corner is hard as fuck, I'll be real. Like, this is always a technical one, But with the conditions being dry and slippery, and we have ruts that are kind of gnarly, like this is the hardest shit you can ride. So if we can do this today, then we're cool, like forever. You know?
Sweet. All right.
Oh, save! He has a little bit of a problem too. I started working with him last week. He has kind of that tucking elbow too.
Right.
And it almost put his front right over the top. Like you can see the front had a different career path than the rear right there.
Right. Yeah, I have that problem big time. Like my front will leave.
Yep.
So
and a lot of that is
the elbow, huh?
mostly the elbow and then the upper body being forward. Like especially coming out of a corner like this where it's up a hill, like I almost have to like get extra with it, like I'm doing a start, like really try to come out like that because like just the gravity of going uphill is gonna pull you back a little bit. So if you don't start way it forward, like if you start back here and then you fall back, then you're like back like this. And this is what I try to stay away from because when your arms are extended, that's like I just call that arm pump inducement. Like it's just straight up giving you arm pump and pulling your arms.
Right.
And then I mean it's just wearing you out and you don't have much control. So
I see. Okay, so I have to sit and stick my leg out at the same time. They're kind of all in one motion. So I will try that. I also have to keep my elbow up because apparently I took it. I didn't even know like something so small could make any amount of a difference. So that is interesting. So I'm gonna try not tucking my elbow. We'll see what happens. So coming in pretty fast. All right, cool. All right, cool. Oh!
yeah, the first one was so good.
Really?
The first one was sick. The second one was not bad either. But I think you got a little excited right here. Try to really be patient until you get like right here. And then you know you got something really good to hold you. If you get too excited right here, you might jump out and it kind of like is a breeding ground to make more mistakes that lead all the way up the hill. So try to just be a little bit more patient right here and really get on it up there. But dude, it was so much better than I feel like you were doing before.
He's going in pretty fast. Okay, going pretty fast. He's leaning back as he brakes. Okay. Any problems?
Will help you a lot. You don't come into the corner with like any fingers on the clutch or anything, do you? I can tell a lot of times you almost stall coming in.
Yeah.
I ride always with at least one finger on the clutch, just like as in case of emergencies type deal. But like after you go over that single, you can pull in the clutch a little bit, and that'll kind of make it to where you don't just like let your D cells carry you a little faster than you want to go. Because a couple times like you had those times where you almost stalled, so then you would come in a little bit faster. But you really would be able to come in at the exact speed you want if you'll use a little bit of clutch on the way in.
Okay.
Let me tell him real quick something.
Okay.
Try and make sure that you have your knees a little bit further back. If you let them get up here, that's when bad shit can start to happen. So try to keep them just back here if you can. I know it's not like, it doesn't look like a huge difference, like geographically speaking on the bike, but it makes a big difference in how your bike will work.
Okay, cool. All right,
Dude, as far as like consistency and technique though, I feel like you're doing pretty good for how hard this corner is.
That's good at least.
The hard part through a section like this is consistency. So that's why like I'm almost trying to at first slow you guys down a little bit, kind of like a walk before you can run type thing. So then once you get the technique down at a little bit of a lower speed, then you can raise the bar like more safely instead of just like, fuck, I hope this works.
Right, yeah, that's what I do.
How a lot of people do.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do.
I really wanted to help you because eventually like that strategy always fails. And if that shit fails, then you're like not riding, you can't make videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like I don't want to see nobody get hurt. I want to see the videos and shit keep on coming. So.
Okay, awesome. Well, then I will keep pushing to do that. So, all right, just got to sit knees back a little bit more.
Further.
Clutch in. Just should I pull it in at all, or just like
pull it in a little bit? Like you don't have to pull it all the way in.
Like
but
right here.
And you don't have to use like your whole hand too. Like that middle finger or pointer finger is fine. Like I just have it in so where I don't just stall on the way in. Because as patient as I am from that single through the beginning of the corner, like you kind of are liable to stall it if you don't use any clutch. So I kind of just use that clutch to kind of like make sure I don't just let the D cells have me carry past where I want to go.
Okay. Okay. Clutch in a little bit. Just a little bit. Position, keep your elbows up, don't sit too far forward. Whoa, I don't know if that was good or bad. I think the elbow might have dropped. I don't know. My front end's kind of shaky. Practicing preloading on that little rhythm section. Oh no, I'm sitting too far forward again. If I was sitting right here, that probably would have been better. I see what he's talking about. Come on, top chick, send it on the 112. Let's go. Woo! Nice. Oh, she bounced. Woo! Nice.
Literally just visually see how much harder and more worn in it is in the middle, because that's where everybody's going. Where if you look a little bit more to the right, you can tell it's not down to that total rock. Like that's not where like everybody is jumping over here really, and it doesn't look like a huge difference to like jump over there versus jump over here. But what it'll do, this corner, if you come at it from all the way out there, come at it wide, you hardly need to slow down for it. Where if you come at it from in here, you have to slow down way more, turn way tighter, and then you guys know, obviously, the slower we're going, then when we get back on the gas, the harder it is to really get traction. So then we're fighting for traction all the way up that little single, where if we'll come at it wide, you can just sweep on through, just use some roll speed. You won't have to get on the gas as hard, and you'll gain speed all the way from the corner over the single, all the way down the next straightaway, because you won't be fighting for all that traction, and you'll just be able to carry momentum from all the way back here through the rest of the straightaway.
We go a little too far left, and how we have to slow down way too much to go into that corner, and I think he's going to go more towards there. That way it's like you can carry your momentum a lot better rather than like having a break. Yeah, so now he's way more right, and he can hit that turn so much better. Look at that.
And did y'all notice too, as I was trying to get up over the single from the inside, did you notice like the bike hops around a little more, it gets more wheel spin, because coming from that slower speed, when you get on the gas, it upsets the bike a lot more than when you already have the momentum, and then you just kind of build your speed up that single.
Okay, yeah, I see what he means. Definitely way better going if you hit that jump to the right. I was always scared to do that because I thought I was going to go like flying off the hill, but he brings up a very good point. There we go. Oh!
For starters, did y'all feel like that felt good compared to what you guys usually do today?
Way better.
Really?
Way better.
Y'all gotta land with a little bit of gas, because when you land with just no gas, I mean, it's hurting me listening to how you guys are landing. You're just like earthquaking that thing, like just smacking down. And I mean, if you don't use any gas, like the bike's not gonna like absorb what it could absorb if you use a little bit of throttle. If you go with no gas, your suspension's not gonna work how it should. You're just gonna land and kind of clack, and it hurts. So you don't have to land like wide open and then hold it wide open for the rest of the corner or do anything crazy. But if you just land with a little bit of gas, it'll definitely help soften your blow a lot. For those of us that are jumping it, there's a few of you like Claude and Udi, I mainly wanted to say this for, like y'all kind of like, you don't really have your speed quite right until you get close to the jump, and then when you get here, you kind of get on the gas up the face, and it actually, it almost got you a couple times because you overjumped it a few times. Udi, you overjumped a few times too, so one thing that I think will help y'all, because this jump face is just so smooth, like you really can just coast up it and be fine. So what I would try to do if I was y'all was get your speed a little bit earlier between these two tabletops and then just coast up this, and you guys will be able to come across much more level, and you won't need to brake tap or anything, because a few times y'all came off the face like on the gas kind of hard, and it threw your front ends up, and whenever you land front end high on something like this, you slap it down, and then you can't really start stopping until you like kind of get all that sorted out. And when you slap it down like that, that totally upsets the suspension, and obviously we can't use our brakes whenever we're slapping down like that. So really just try to get speed between these two a little bit more, and then just maintain it, kind of coast up the face of this. Like just try to stay away from those hard blips at the top, because that, luckily it hasn't happened yet, but what that scares me on is that's like kind of the easiest way to upset your bike, like right at the top. Like if there's a little kicker or something and you blip really hard through it, you'll get wheel spin, and that could either kick you forward, left, right. It could kick your front end up. Like you could go to Indonesia, you could be Larry Loop out, you could literally be like a numerous amount of figures if you do that kind of activity. So definitely try to stay away from that. If you're going to get on the gas at all up the face, try and just do it from the bottom to the top, nice and steady, instead of last second cracks at the top. Those always scare me.
I'm gonna try and land deeper, and then build my speed early so I can coast. Beautiful. Oh fuck, I missed the run. I had so much speed though. Building up that speed and coasting, like, that felt so much better. I did blip it, unfortunately. So I gotta like just really power through it. Or not power through it, sorry. Like get a lot of speed coming up the jump and then just let off so I can coast over it. There we go. That was good. That was much better. I actually coasted. So I think I did good as far as clearing the jumps go. I think I could use some throttle on the landing. I don't remember if I was doing it or if I wasn't, but it honestly felt so smooth. I don't think I needed much throttle anyway. There were a couple times where I actually did coast over it. Yep. Did I land on the gas or no?
Well, I was more worried about like the people that were slapping down up here for landing on the gas. Like I landed on the gas here because I kind of charge in a little bit after I hit the tabletop. But if you're like cleaning it, like landing on the downside, then I don't. Especially since we're going right into a corner, I'm not necessarily as worried about y'all landing on the gas. But if you do a little brake tap, that'll help you be able to not just slap it down and be able to start braking a little quicker. Because every time your nose is high, front end just slaps, and then like there's just a small buffer from when that happens to where you can start braking, and that's all that you need to miss that corner.
Right.
Like if you come in with as much speed as we are, like you kind of need to like nail the landing and stuff. So if you're even a little bit high, just try throwing a little brake tap combo in there, and I think that would help you out a lot. All right, and that concludes the training vlog. Things we learned when going into a corner: you want to you don't want to sit too far forward, but just a little bit more than in the middle than what you normally would. You want to keep your elbows up. You don't want to tuck them at all. As soon as you see braking bumps, like after a rut, you want to get your feet back on the pegs as soon as possible because your bike will swap with only one foot on the peg. You want to keep consistent throttle. You want to go in a little bit slower, even if it means, things get done slower, because if you go in too fast, you get sloppy. That's no good. You went fast for nothing. So I also learned how to coast off jumps. That was really interesting. You just build a lot of speed, and like I felt like I was way more in control in the air when I tried that. So that is something I learned, and I know I'm going to be able to use. And let's see, what else? That braking position thing, I was doing that on my Surron, and it felt right. That whole thing where he said you squat down and like as you're braking, that makes so much sense because I do that on my Surron and it just feels right. I didn't even know if that was like proper, but I guess it turns out that was the right thing to do. So awesome. So towards the end I got a little sloppy in that rut. I think that's just because I went at it way too many times. But if the dirt was good, if I had a new rear tire, which is what Matt was saying, because this thing apparently is pretty cooked from riding trails, and obviously it was dry. So now next time when the track is groomed and I have a new tire, I will do a lot better. So okay, I'm kind of yapping at this point. All right, everyone. Well, that's it, though. I learned a lot today, had a great time, and I think I'll be able to use this in the future. So I'm really glad I came out. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Peace. All right, everyone. Today, we just got done with practice, but the Honda Pilot is cooked. Oh, yeah. Careful, dude. I would turn your hazards on, man. Honda Pilot, dude. Oh, my God, man. That is some crazy shit. Oh no. Well, shit happens, I guess. All right, everyone. Damage assessed. Wow, there goes the Honda Pilot. Man, it's been a good run. That is unfortunate, dude. I was gonna run this thing till the end of its life, but I guess I gotta get a truck now. Boo-hoo. Oh well, I've been needing one. Anyway, but Z came to the rescue and is helping me load up my bike. This dude hit me. This man didn't even have a fucking license. What the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, seriously? All this broken glass and shit? I just closed my car door and more pieces of glass broke. Damn it. My hero. The what? Oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot.